Hello, everybody. It's Miss Young again for a bedtime story. And tonight we're going to be reading a chapter book. And so we're going to actually start it tonight and then we will have to finish it on another night. That's what's so wonderful about books is sometimes you can start an adventure and then go to sleep and dream about those characters and dream about those different settings and places and find out what happens next on the next night. So that's what Laura Andreessen does. She's the fourth grader who shared this book with me. She likes to read it with her mom at home. And the title of the book is called Laugh Out Loud by James Patterson. Now, whenever I have a chapter book, I always like to read something that's on the back. There's usually something called a summary there. It's going to give me some information about the book so I can decide, is this something I really want to read? The summary on the back of this one says, imagine working at an amazing, fun book company run by kids. Imagine being a kid and owning it. All right, yeah, I'm interested in finding out how a kid can own his own publishing company. Are you interested? If so, come reading with me tonight. Here we go with Laugh Out Loud. Chapter 1, Dream Big. That's something else we need to know about a chapter book, is that there's actually something called subtitles. We know the titles on the cover of every book, right? But in a chapter book, there's little subtitles on the inside. Something to give us an idea of what that chapter is going to be about. Dream big. What do you think it's going to be about? Hi, my name is Jimmy, and you're reading one of my books. Well, actually, it's your book. Or the library's. Or maybe it's your friends, or your cousins, or your sisters, and they lent it to you. Which means they're sort of like a library, which is totally awesome, by the way. Way to go, Laura Andreessen. You're a library. The point is, I, Jimmy, published this book. That's right. I made it at my own bookmaking company called, ta-da, Jimmy! And here is a picture of Jimmy's bookmaking company. I have to tell you, seeing that Jimmy logo on the cover of this book is pretty cool. You want to go back and look at it again? Go ahead. I'll wait. While you're checking it out, I'll hum something from Echo by Pam Munoz Ryan, one of my favorite books about the power of music. Oh, you're back. Great. For me, that little Jimmy thingy is my dream come true. I don't know this for sure, but I think the most important thing in the world is for kids to have dreams. I'm going to stop right there for just a second. Do you have a dream? A dream to become something? Maybe it's the President of the United States. Or maybe it's a dream like I had when I was younger. I wanted to be a singer. And guess what? I am. I had another dream too. I wanted to have a family, and I have a husband and 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. A dog, a cat, and a bird who you can probably hear over there tweeting away. Be quiet. But I had great dreams too. One of my greatest dreams was to be a teacher. And I'm a teacher today. So guess what? Dreams are possible. There's 2 different kinds of dreams, though. Dreams when you're sleeping and dreams when you're awake. Which kind of dream do you think Jimmy's talking about? You do dream, don't you? And not just when you're sleeping. I'm talking about a big, wide awake, I'll do whatever it takes to make it happen kind of dream. Something like winning the Olympics, finding the cure for a scary disease, or stopping your little brother from gumming up the Xbox controller with peanut butter again, or running your own book company. Fact is that ever since I was a little kid, so long ago, right? I've loved books. Do you ever hear that saying, do what you love and love what you do? Well, that's exactly why I wanted to start my own book company. And here's a picture, or a few pictures actually. It looks like it's showing Jimmy enjoying books. So he started with a love of books at a very young age. Even when he was chewing on some of them, he has always loved books. Sometimes the things that you love is what helps you determine what you want to dream to become in your life. What are the things that you love to do? I know how crazy that sounds. Laugh out loud, nutso. At least that's what all the grown-ups in my life kept telling me. That sounds crazy, said my Uncle Herman. Laugh out loud, nutso, added Aunt Irene. Run a book company? You? Said this bald guy named Jeff. You're just a middle schooler. You won't stand a chance, kid. I'll crush you like a cockroach, just like I crushed all the other older cockroaches who came before you. Jeff, I think, runs his own book company. But like I said, a kid has to dream before any of his dreams come true. So here's how everything happened. How an ordinary kid like me got his own publishing company. It's so exciting. I could write a book about it. So guess what? I did. And here is the book that Jimmy wrote about making his own book publishing company. You know what? I'm enjoying this book so much that maybe we should read chapter 2. What do you think? Sometimes that happens when you start a book. You know you've got a good book if you want to keep finding out what's going to happen. My Marvelous Visitors is the subtitle of chapter 2. Okay, here's how my book company got started. Late one summer night, I went walking with my dog, Quixote. My dog is over here in the floor. Come here, Marlo. Come here a minute. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Give me 1 second. Come here, bud. Here's Marlo. Can you say hello? It's almost his bedtime, too. Maybe he'll sit here and read a little bit with me. So, Quixote, which, by the way, is pronounced Quixote. That's right. I named him after the lead character from the classic Spanish novel, The Ingenious Gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha, by Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. Don't ask me how to pronounce his last name. I'm still trying to learn how to say, ¿Dónde está el baño? Oh, I hope I said that right. It's all about this guy who is an epic dreamer and fights windmills. He's kind of a weird dude. Anyway, we weren't too far from our house in San Jose, California, and I was reading The Marvels by Brian Selznick. Yep, I love books so much I can walk and read at the same time. Unless there is an open manhole. Do you know what a manhole is? Marlo, do you know what a manhole is? Well, use the context clues. He said he could walk and read at the same time unless there's an open manhole. Well, we know what a hole is. We know what a man is. Maybe it's a hole that a man would fall in? Obviously, it's some kind of place that we could fall into and get hurt. He also says, unless there was a curb, because curbs are tough. He's not going to be able to keep walking and reading if he runs into those obstacles, is he? Anyway, have you read The Marvels? The first half is told completely in pencil drawings. Crashing waves are about to sink the Kraken, a whaling ship where our hero, Billy Marvel, is putting on a show for the sailors. Man, I was totally lost in Mr. Selznick's amazing tale. So lost, I didn't notice the creepy clumps of trees Quixote and I had just wandered into. Oh my goodness, Marlo, would you be scared if you wandered into that forest too? I might be a little creeped out. We kept walking deeper and deeper into the darkness. I kept falling deeper and deeper into Brian Selznick's swirling tale of adventure. Hey, when I'm into a book, I crawl in all the way. On the illustrated pages, lightning flashed and thunder boomed. Billy was about to be swept overboard as the ship sank. I could hear the wooden beams of the Kraken creaking and groaning as the waves pounded its sides. Splinters and wood chips showered down all around me. Yeah, actual wood stuff falling from the sky was a little weird, even for a guy who totally lives in his imagination like me. Then the crackling and snapping grew louder. It sounded like trees were exploding all around me. Seconds later, the splintering sounds were blasted away by the humongous rumbling thwomp and warble of unearthly engines. Hey, do you know what kind of words thwomp and warble are? Let me show you in the book. So we see thwomp, way over here, and warble. It sounds like they're kind of making a what? A sound. Do you know what part of speech it is, words that make sounds like that? Anybody know? It's called onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a type of word that makes a sound or makes us think of a sound, like ring or buzz, those types of things. And I think thwomp and warble are those kinds of words, two of those kinds of words. The darkness was replaced by a dusty shaft of bright white light. I finally looked up from my book. Quixote looked up too, and then he whimpered and tucked his tail between his legs. Why is he doing that? What can we infer? What can we decide that why he's doing that? Think about what Quixote is. Marlo's right here leaning in, trying to see what's going on too. He must be scared, right? Yeah. Because the two of us were standing right where the hovering alien spaceship wanted to land. Oh my goodness, I still want to read some more. It's so good. But you're going to have to tune in next time to Chapter 3, Greetings, People Not of Earth. And you know what? Sometimes when you're reading a chapter book and you come back to it, you have to think to yourself, what happened in the first few chapters? So we need to be thinking about how we might summarize. How could we tell someone else, if they sit down to read with us, what had already happened before they got interested in the story? When you summarize a story like this, it's called a fiction book. And I like to say that you do 5 different things. You tell who the somebody of the story is, what they wanted, okay? Did something get in their way? So what did they do? And then what happened? Somebody wanted, but so then what happened? Whenever you try to do that inside of a book that's fiction, it will help you tell a summary of what happened in that book. So be thinking about that next time, and we'll see if you can summarize those first couple of chapters before we read Chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed Laugh Out Loud by James Patterson. And Laura, thanks for the book review or the book recommendation.